I wrote Lost at Home after reading the novel All Quiet on the Western Front. I was inspired to write a piece, and so I thought about ideas of how I could portray the book in sort of a short symphonic poem. The piece portrays the mental state of the main character of the book, Paul, in different sections of the novel. In the first part, we hear war on the battlefield. I quoted a motif from Shostakovich's 11th Symphony to portray a sense of unfamiliarity because it's a post-World War I piece and no soldier would have been familiar with anything like that.
The composer uses glissando trombone and trumpet to represent the sound of the plane. And then all these harsh strings articulations also gives the drama to the whole piece.
The second section involves a very familiar melody, especially because the main character is a German soldier. I added a melody from Brahms's Variations on a Theme by Haydn. We hear that to represent a sense of home, the main character going on leave from the war.
Vaughan had this amazing idea to connect comfortable sounding of Brahms' Haydn Variations with something that will interrupt it, a war theme. And my goal was to show this contrast and to make it even more contrasting.
Pretty quickly in that middle section, it begins to kind of get corrupted and memories of the war begin to haunt the music, and it starts to stray and wander a little bit from the main key and the main meter. Fragments of the Shostakovich motif and of the first section start to permeate throughout the middle section.
There was a moment when the Brahms theme was offbeat a little bit, because the way the composer wrote it, and I thought it was a very smart move because the orchestra at some point didn't have to feel comfortable playing it because it was transitioning to the war music and more dissonant music.
In scene 3, we're back on the battlefield, and it starts the same way the start of the piece does, but early on it moves to one final theme, and that theme is also quoted from Brahms's Variations on a Theme by Haydn to represent that the only thing that Paul truly understands is war and not his own home anymore.
He quotes Brahms' Haydn Variations and then he interrupts it with very harsh texture, orchestral texture. And I think it works really well because the musicians knows this piece, and then when it's being interrupted, it feels not very comfortable for them to play, and it's a good thing.
This piece demonstrates kind of the shift for many people who fought in World War I, the shift from being familiar with home and home being the peaceful center to only being familiar and only being comfortable on the battlefield.